Polite inquiries, day 3? Yes, day 3. Ishan Sinha asks, should players who don't make runs, Fish, be allowed to sledge?
I think so. I don't think there should be any kind of, I don't know, a subscription to sledge.
A premium service.
I think, you know, so much of life is about trying to feel something in any which way you can. So if you want to sledge, sledge. I mean, I'm one of those weird people that I quite enjoy it. I think it's a good thing. I think obviously, you don't want to take it too far, but I think, you know, when Bairstow and Kohli...
You don't want to cross that line.
You don't want to cross that line. We need to talk to Australians about where the line is. You don't want to cross it. But when Alim Dar got involved with Bairstow and Coley... Like,
it was really quick, right?
Yeah, but it didn't seem there was that much animosity there. It seemed a bit of, you know, two blokes trying to out-alpha each other and then being out-alphaed by Alim Dar.
Alim Dar is alpha male, #1 alpha emperor. I think everyone should be allowed to sledge all the time. Peter Miller, hi, the Cricket Geek. What happens if Bairstow is in this form forever? What then? I think Test cricket dies if he's in this kind of form forever.
I think so. It's a cheat code, isn't it?
It is, essentially.
It's a really cultured form of button bashing. Like he's gone the left, right, up, down, A, B, start, which I think is the Konami codes. And he's got that, whatever the equivalent that is for Test cricket, he's got it. And if I were him, I wouldn't share it with anyone.
I don't think he's going to. So I think somebody pointed out, Sam Billings played that shot. I think it was Jared who pointed that out, that, you know, he scooped a ball that was essentially line and length, and line and length is like the lifeblood of Test cricket. And if you start scooping those over fine leg for 6 or 4, then Test cricket dies. So yes, if Bairstow continues in this form forever, Test cricket is going to die. Javin asks, was Stokes batting reckless or aggressive?
Both?
Can be.
Yeah.
It's not mutually exclusive at all.
He's been good at charging people. He's obviously, you know, he's doing it to an nth degree now, but it's always been something he can do. He's always been a good judger of length in that way, and like the timing of his, I mean, he's running basically. He's not charging, he's running.
Yes.
The timings are really good. The one thing I would say about him though is he's always been able to push the envelope when he's batting without having to do that as often as he's doing it now.
Absolutely.
And I think that is the frustration. I know, you know, some England fans were also on social media complaining about the fact that he was laughing when he...
Yes.
And I think...
It's not the end of the world, really.
No, I'm not that bothered by it, but I can understand why it might jar a bit, but yeah, I think a bit of both. Reckless, cavalier, all the adjectives that kind of verge from being exciting to, you know, annoying.
But like smiling and crying. But no, I also think that today, like, he could have just... I mean, it was Shardul Thakur, and, you know, Shardul Thakur went for, like, basically 7 and over, even without people taking crazy kind of aggressive or reckless risks against him. And he could have just done that all day long if he really wanted. And it just felt miscalculated, maybe. Suvik Roy asks, Anderson versus Kohli, the last dance. Is this the last time we are seeing one of the most fascinating battles of modern cricket? Is there a winner between these two?
I don't know. The numbers will only tell one story, don't they? Because if you bowl enough at someone, you're going to get them out, and if you bat enough against them, you're going to score some runs. So,
I think England and India play far too often anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're probably. Do you know what? They're probably sick of each other. One thing I did think though is because you see a lot of commentators around in the box, a lot of commentators who used to play on rival teams, who used to be up against each other, and I kind of want to fast forward to 10 years' time where maybe they're both doing a game together, and they just sit down and chat, and they're like, "What was that all about? Why did you call me that?" And just like, you know, I think only then are we going to really understand what the battle has been like between them two. And I think genuinely, as we've seen with, you know, expos of the past, I think it might bind them together a bit longer.
Older Bowl asks, what would be too high a total for England to chase? Can I start this by just saying about 897 in about 45 overs?
They will give it a go though.
They will, but I think it might be too high for them.
It might be, yeah.
Maybe by 50 runs.
It's statistically impossible, barring, you know, like constant no balls.
You know those 9 overthrows.
We can't rule out, actually. There were quite a few no balls today.
And you know the 9 overthrows they gave away on the first day? That's going to cost them in the end. When you're chasing down 897, they're going to end up at like 879.
Yeah, these are the margins you need to look at. These are the little
small
things
margins that really make a difference in a chase of 897. Tom Burridge asks, when does Kohli's form become an issue? Is he still undroppable if he's not making the big scores?
When does it become an issue? 2020?
I think it became an issue the day he finished after scoring that last century he scored in November 2019. And I think the day after that, people were like, well, why aren't you scoring a century on your day off?
Yeah.
Like, what are you? Are you even Virat Kohli if you're not doing it while you're sitting at home with Anushka Sharma? I don't know, like maybe practicing in your front yard and you're not scoring 100? Are you Virat Kohli?
Did you think he was going to get one today? Because there were a couple of drives and I thought, hold on, that elbow is looking particularly high today.
This is the thing about a Kohli innings. He comes in, he hits another couple of nice boundaries, everyone's just like immediately on edge, like, oh, it's here today, it's here, and you start making these notes furiously, and then he gets out. Like,
I mean, it was a great ball from Stokes, to be fair.
It
did a hell of a lot, and Sam Billings did his best to get Coley through to that 100 with that drop that Joe Root managed to snare one-handed at the end. I think the fear is someone will have to tell him he's dropped.
I think it's going to be a call that he takes himself. I don't think anybody can make that decision for him. Literally, not all of India, not the Prime Minister, not governments, not the UN. Nobody can say to Virat Kohli, listen, at the ICC maybe, even the ICC won't do anything. But
now the ICC have a backbone. Yeah, dropping Virat Kohli.
They'll be like, look, we need to grow this game of cricket, and you need to drop yourself.
Although you're very good for our socials, so we might sit on that.